Hello everyone, it's Crazy Mike 1706. How you guys are all doing? Horns up as always. I'm so happy right now. Bryan Danielson, your new world champ. That is so awesome. Now, for all the Ring of Honor fans, I know you're out there clapping, you're happy, you have a huge smile on your face, because when Bryan Danielson was in Ring of Honor, there was a certain point in time where he was no question, and this is not just a nickname, where he was the best wrestler in the world. The matches that he was having were just classic. The moves he was pulling in the ring, the psychology behind everything he was doing, the storytelling, the way he captured the audience's emotions were just beyond unreal. And there was no question again that he was the best, but he never really got that opportunity to shine. And he was always heard of when it came to the WWE, because these wrestlers would always talk about him because they always knew that he was amazing. He could work so many different styles, work with different people of different sizes and whatnot, but there was always the naysayers that said, well, he doesn't have the proper size, and the WWE, they're not going to give him the opportunity, and they're not going to give him a chance, and he's just going to get fired within 1 year. And to see him achieve that, it's amazing, and it just goes to show, man, that it's better to hate yourself for failing than to hate your life for never even tried. And it's a good thing that that man tried his best. He poured his heart out as always, because even before he was in the WWE, like I said before, he was already a veteran. He was already better than everybody out there, period. So this was something that he really had to do, because internationally and in the indies, he's already proven everything. Again, he was already at the top of the heap. There was really nothing left for him to do. And for him finally getting that and finally breaking that glass ceiling, again, I'm sorry to repeat myself, I just can't be any more happier for the man. And there's only two things that kind of ruined this. The first one is, I would have loved to see him win the title the way that RVD did it, especially at WrestleMania. Just come out, no sneak attacks, no nothing, set a date, this is when the match is going to be, and win it that way, maybe against another opponent. But then again, we are pretty close to Mania, so it would have been kind of difficult. And another thing I really would have loved to see is the fact that, again, that he would have wanted that Mania, as clean as possible, and that would have been a good moment. I actually messed up there. But one thing that I think truly kind of messed up this victory is the fact that a lot of wrestlers lost their lives for this to happen. And what I'm referring to is the fact that Vince McMahon has come under a lot of heat because, he would only push big, steroid-up guys and whatnot. And these wrestlers, they would abuse these substances to get their bodies the way he wanted it, to be able to stay up, to stay on the road. And with all these heart attacks and whatnot, again, Vince came under a lot of pressure. So finally, they had to change the roles up and give opportunities to the much more smaller guys. Now, I'm not saying that the WWE still doesn't favor much bigger men, but still, it's sad that people out there had to lose their lives in order for the smaller guys to get an opportunity. But you know what? That's a messed up aspect of life. Again, sorry to repeat myself, but the fact that him and CM Punk are champions, amazing. And the fact that Samoa Joe was a champion TNA, even freaking better, man. You can argue that he won it at the wrong time and whatnot, but oh well, that's another topic in of its own. But yeah, man, hopefully this would influence a lot more people out there to want to chase their dreams regardless of what it is. And yeah, maybe we could possibly even get much more talent out there. Josh Trusley, of course, he pointed out the fact that most people aren't training to become wrestlers anymore. Most people are training to become MMA fighters, and that's now where the athletes are going. And I think the fact that the WWE only catered, to big men was a huge deterrence, and maybe now this can be even bigger influence for guys to study MMA and maybe pro wrestling and see what kind of avenues they can have. Again, it's Crazy Mike 1706, and this is even a big win for Ring of Honor. They've always had the best roster out there, period. Maybe TNA at one point had the most complete roster, because don't get me wrong, they had their veterans, up-and-coming stars. They pretty much had a combination of everything, but they just didn't know how to use it. But again, man, let's see what more stars can come out of there and what future champions can come out of there. Anyways, Crazy Mike 1706, throw your horns up to the sky until the day you die. I'm thinking about making another Q&A video sometime in the near future. Send your questions in. Good night.